2. All right. Thank you, Ashley. Much appreciated. So again, we're going to show you essentially how to double your business using online marketing and that 3-pack ranking on the front page. And we're not going to belabor these testimonials very much, but I did want to give you an insight into some of the people that have already implemented this in their business to show you the type of results that you can get, because it takes work, it takes time, it takes effort. This is not a magic button where you just press it and you're going to get results and you're going to get customers. You have to implement what I'm about to teach you here today, but when you do, I wanted you to know that it is worth your time. It is worth the effort to actually implement this system in your business. So Jason, you can see there in the top left-hand corner, running an ROI of 358% year to date, and that's after paying for our Done For You program. So had he gone out and done it on his own, the ROI would be even better, but I mean, he's obviously too busy to do the work himself, right? So that's great. Jen up there in the top right-hand corner, through our advertising methods, we generated just over $50,000 in sales through Google advertising and some other online stuff that we're doing for them. They're not a mortgage company specifically. They're a custom furniture manufacturer that was referred to us through one of our customers. And we're so thrilled to be able to help them. And then James down there at the bottom. Last year, so year-over-year results, increased our business by 48% more mortgage deals as a result of our SEO and online marketing campaigns with Chris and Connection Inc. So again, just want to let you know this is quality information, and I've been at this 11 and a half years now, and really kind of know our stuff. And I'm not going to talk about me because I want to get into the content here as quickly as possible. And just to let you know, talking about artificial intelligence search and what's happening in the search engines right now, we've kind of made a strategic shift within the agency to start letting a larger audience know about what's happening out there. And we were actually picked up and featured in Entrepreneur Magazine and Success Magazine as well. So keep a lookout for those articles. I'm going to keep producing them and sending them your way. So here's how this works. If you want more local customers, you have to get this. Google has been working for a very long time at getting local businesses in touch with local customers. What you're seeing on the screen here is a screenshot that is of the Google Latitude Longitude blog from 2010, where they cite research that is showing that 97% of people conduct research online before buying locally. I mean, 97% to me seems like a ridiculously high number, but even if it's the 80-20 rule, the majority of your customers are searching online before they actually decide to do business with you. And with that number, 90% plus of your customers using search before they purchase, it just makes sense that you want your business to show up in front of those people while they're doing those searches, so that if they're already planning on doing business with you, it's an obvious yes that you're the right choice. If they're potentially thinking about doing business with somebody else, it's your opportunity to show them all of the beautiful ratings and reviews that you have on the front page while they're in the buying process, to switch them from the other provider that they potentially may be thinking of over to your business. And that's what search marketing is all about. While people are out there looking for their options, you want to come up as the best possible option for them to choose. And this is just like the Yellow Pages, right? People used to go use the Yellow Pages to find their professional. Now they're using Google and a search engine. Now, here's the great thing about how this all comes together. The search engines need to feature local businesses on the front page in a local marketplace. So they're actively searching for you and your competitors in the marketplace. They want somebody to rise to the top. They want 3 professionals in a local marketplace to say, hey, I'm working on my online marketing. I am the best possible option in the marketplace to show to customers. Show me. And they will. So it's this beautiful relationship between the search engines and us. And this helps in all kinds of businesses. As I mentioned, we've reached out from the mortgage marketplace and helped people, lawyers, financial planners, dentists, doctors, and so on. This isn't just in the mortgage industry. And the reason why I mention that is because it's not, there's nothing fancy here behind the curtain. this is a very simple process from 30,000 feet. Our customers have changed the way that they purchase. All we're doing is taking these businesses and putting them in front of where the customers are already looking. That's why it works. Google does the majority of the work for us. We just have to make sure that we put people in the right place. And you can see this, 81% of shoppers conduct online research before buying, which I believe is a little bit more of a better study than the Google study, essentially showing really how our customers are moving. Now, I put this in here for those of you, the majority of you here being mortgage professionals. This is a survey that was done that shows that more than a fifth, or 23% of U.S. mortgage consumers who purchased a mortgage over the past year did so through the internet or an online channel, which is an 8% increase over their 2012 findings. Let's think about that for a second. Almost 23% of the mortgages funded in the United States did so through an internet and online channel. I would wager, which I don't wager, but I would say that that's a trend that you want to get in front of, because the internet's not going away. It's not like our consumers are going to revert back to the yellow pages. You've got database marketing, you've got, I said that weird, sorry. You've got database marketing, you've got referral-based marketing, and then you've got marketing to an audience. This is the best way to get in front of an audience that wants what you've got, that isn't coming from a direct referral source. And I want to get you in front of these customers. So how do we get all of these ready to buy customers to choose you? Well, the obvious answer is ratings and reviews. We see this study from Bright Local showing that 88% of customers now trust online reviews. And if you think about your own purchase behavior, if you look at Amazon or TripAdvisor or Trulia or Google, all of those services now feature ratings and reviews from real people online as one of the core metrics in a business's ranking on the front page. They all use ratings and reviews as a way to shift purchase intent. And that has changed the way that people shop. I'm sure, and I would love, while we're going through the presentation, for you to type into the chat and tell me whether or not you use online ratings and reviews. Do you check out businesses online before you go in and shop? That's the behavior that your consumers are using, right? And this is our opportunity to get in front of those customers. So roughly 88% of your customers are using reviews to decide who to give their money to. And it's the combination of showing up on the front page and having an overwhelming amount of positive social reviews that is going to drive these new customers. And it's a pretty simple formula. If you want more customers, simply show up on the front page with more reviews than your competition. Now, to bring us up to speed to today, because this is a live webinar, right? This system just got even more powerful. Google has started implementing this thing called artificial intelligence search, or there's artificial intelligence machines that are now adapting to search. So this is from Bloomberg Technology, and this article here is from TechCrunch. And artificial intelligence is really changing SEO faster than you think, just like the headline, because Google now identifies purchase intent. So let's look at how this actually works. So recently I was up in Huntington Beach, and I did a study while I was there, and looking at how this new ranking system works. So to put it in a nutshell, Google has taken the same technology that can figure out how to drive a car and can figure out how to beat a chess champion, and they have applied it to search. And they're now letting this artificial intelligence give search results back to people so that they get the best response and they will continue to use Google. So these aren't essentially algorithms anymore. And I don't want to go too deeply into it, but this artificial intelligence machine can essentially choose the ranking algorithms that it wants based on the specific thing that somebody is searching for. So if somebody is looking to purchase a product or service, and Google can tell by what they've typed into the search engine that they're now in a buying mindset, that they're getting ready to purchase, that artificial intelligence search is going to change the front page to feature a local business in front of somebody that is going to purchase right now. It's incredible technology. And this is how it works. So if I go on and I do a search for mortgage rates, or I search Huntington Beach mortgage rates because I was interested in that local marketplace, Google has taken the 3-pack on the majority of the search marketplaces, and they've removed the 3-pack. They've stopped showing local businesses. Now, why would that be? Mortgage rates is technically the top trafficked phrase in the mortgage industry. Why would they take local businesses off of there? Well, it's because, in my opinion, and we've seen this over and over and over again in our internal research, when people land on a mortgage website and they've looked for rates, they will use the rate calculator, maybe, and then bounce off the website. Very, very few of those people actually fill out the contact form or pick up the phone and call that business owner. And that's what Google's trying to do. They're trying to generate phone calls. They're trying to generate real customer relationships between you and the people that are looking for your product and service, right? So now let's look at what happens when I do the almost identical search, but Huntington Beach mortgage lender instead of mortgage rates. Now the front page changes. There's 4 advertisements that show up at the top through the pay-per-click network, and then the 3-pack shows up down at the bottom. Look, all of the organic search results have essentially been pushed down below the fold on that home page. Now let's look at what happens when I type in Huntington Beach mortgage. Google has actually removed the paid ads and moved that 3-pack all the way to the top. So if you look at the person that is looking to purchase today, somebody that goes to Google and types in mortgage, or get me a mortgage, or find me somebody to help with a mortgage, or mortgage lender, best rated mortgage lender, find me a mortgage lender. Google is taking that 3-pack and showing it to those people so that the people looking for that professional can find them quickly and easily on the front page. So the reason why this is so important is because Google is putting us in front of customers at the very moment that they are ready to purchase. And this is called zero moment of truth in the Google world, right? So buyers, when they go to the internet, typically go through a 4-phase process. And you and I do this, whether you're aware of it, we all do this. So there's an awareness phase, a research phase, an evaluation phase, and then purchase. So during awareness, you know that you're thinking about buying something and you're just checking out potentially brands or different offerings. Then you do your research and you determine, okay, I may potentially want this option in the marketplace. So if you take this and layer it over a car shopping experience, in the awareness phase, you know that, hey, potentially I need to buy a new car. In the research phase, you're going out, you're testing, you know, whether it's going to be a BMW or a Lexus or a Range Rover or a Tesla or whatever it is, right? Then you read the different papers and articles and blog posts about those specific things, and then you start to evaluate your purchase decision by looking at different dealerships, the ratings and reviews that those different dealerships have, and then you finally make the purchase on that item at the very bottom of that purchase journey. And that is where Google wants to show you to these customers. And here's the beautiful thing about this. There's this thing called the long tail. And there are hundreds of different purchase phrases that trigger purchase intent on Google. You can see over 70% of the searches that happen online happen in this long tail search environment. And sometimes these are phrases that Google has never seen somebody search before, or they're these incredibly complicated long questions. So an example of a fathead keyword, which is a horrible thing to call it. But at the very top, you're going to see phrases like mortgage broker and mortgage lender, right? There's a lot of people that will search for that phrase because it's well known within the industry. But there's just as many people that are searching for phrases like, find me a mortgage lender in Huntington Beach that can get me the lowest rate on a mortgage. Or find me a mortgage lender in Huntington Beach that has the best ratings and reviews. That key phrase, just by the very nature of what that person has searched for, shows Google that there's a much higher purchase intent, and they can show you in front of both of those searches when you are doing your online marketing correctly. And Google is now smart enough to find both of those search phrases because this artificial intelligence doesn't silo, and I will apologize right here for potentially going too technical here. But when Google sees one search phrase for mortgage lender, it's now smart enough to know all of the other search phrases that relate to mortgage lender. And when you do a good job in your online marketing of getting your business ranked for mortgage lender, Google will show you in front of all of the other traffic that is associated to that main phrase. That's how smart this artificial intelligence is. And that's the new opportunity and the difference between the way that we were doing search engine optimization previously and the way that we're doing search engine optimization now. Before, you would have to use software to go out and identify every single one of the related phrases and write an article and do optimization for every single phrase that you wanted to rank for. Now, all we have to do is do the best job in a local marketplace of optimizing for the main key phrases, and all of the other long tail traffic is automatically directed to us because we take the high level phrase. And that is the power of artificial intelligence. And that's why we're seeing such great results through the optimization that we've been doing over the last couple of years, because everything is completely white hat and just has beautifully dovetailed into this new search system. So why is this so important for your business? In my opinion, this is the largest source of new business that is already looking to buy from you. So if we go back and think of purchase intent, what we're getting in front of is people that want a mortgage broker or mortgage lender. They're pulling out their smartphone or they're sitting in front of a computer. They're doing a search for a mortgage broker, and then they're picking up the phone and calling or directly communicating through a web form to that person. We already know they want what we've got, and that's why the large numbers of these leads actually convert into closed business, because of the purchase intent. And if you take that and you compare it to potentially a Facebook funnel, and before I say this, I will preface this with I'm a large fan of Facebook marketing. It absolutely works. But what I want you focused on is the lowest hanging fruit in your business and then expanding from that point. Let's take the easy wins first and then broaden our scope. If you look at Facebook ads and placing ads in front of people while they're on a social network, you're interrupting them. Then you've got to have some form of follow-up sequence on the back end so that you are in front of that person while they go through the purchase journey, and that you're still in front of them and you still have the brand awareness when they reach the point of purchase. And that, it can be a complicated process that requires automation, that requires a follow-up system on the back end. As a business owner, your time is your most valuable asset. And I want you in front of the clients that are actually going to generate revenue for you right now, and that you're spending your time talking to the leads that are going to have the highest percentage of close rate. So it's my opinion that you should focus on Google purchase intent-based traffic first. Get all of that traffic into the business. Then, if you still need more volume in order to hit your income targets, you place a Facebook funnel behind the purchase intent funnel, because you're tapping into people at two different sources within their purchase journey. Does that make sense? How am I doing here? This is the first time that I've taught this information, and I put a lot of time and effort into it, but sometimes I think I may be too technical or maybe not technical enough. If you could type into the chat and let me know how I'm doing here and that this is all making sense for you, I'd really appreciate your feedback when we get to the end. So the whole purpose of this is that we should be smart and focus our marketing on the lowest hanging fruit first so that we get the highest return on investment for our time and the effort that we're going to put into this, right? So the other thing that I wanted to kind of bring to the forefront about artificial intelligence search is that this opportunity is even more important right now because a lot of the traditional dominators are being replaced. So these are people that have been in the 3-pack or the 7-pack or on the front page of Google for a significant point of time before artificial intelligence search was implemented on the search engine. We recently, when artificial intelligence search was essentially implemented in this company, and they weren't even in the top 20 pages on Google. They now sit in the number 2 position on the map and the number 1 position organically using this search. And we actually, one of their large competitors, we didn't bump them out. They fell out of that 3-pack because they had been, I guess, focused on the wrong type of optimization, potentially engaging in gray or black hat optimization. And we were able to just very quietly move into that place and make a big difference. So how did we do it? What was the system that we implemented? Technically, how does this stuff work? That's what we're going to get into now, showing you how to rank in the new artificial intelligence world and show up for these phrases that have purchase intent. So you have to prove to the search engines that you have authority, that you are a local business in that marketplace, and you have to be reputable so that Google can feel comfortable of the user experience that you're going to give to the end consumer. And these are your success steps. These are how you accomplish that goal. First, you need a website overhaul. In most cases, this is going to give Google that authority that you need in the local space for them to take note of you and see that on an ongoing basis, you're providing value to the marketplace, right? Your website has to be a valuable experience once people get there. Then you need local artificial intelligence optimization, and I'm going to show you the process that we use to feed this engine the information that it needs in order to rank you well, and then engage in social proof selling. And we're going to talk a little bit about how you can implement a ratings and review process in your business and use that to generate referrals right now so that you can close business as you're building out this system and taking this front page ranking, right? So first off is your website overhaul and building authority with the search engines and Google. Now, the first part of this process is doing the keyword research and identifying what those main phrases are on Google that are driving purchase intent behavior. Then you've got to create content for those key phrases and then fix your website so that Google can see that information on the site, right? And don't worry, we're going to get a little bit technical here. Keep in mind what we said at the beginning of today's presentation, right? This is not easy. This is not for the people that want an easy button where you can come in and, there's no trickery here and there's no shortcut to success. At least I haven't found it anyway, that's for sure, right? It takes hard work and implementation. But when you put those two things together, this is the system that will get you results when you implement it. I don't hide anything behind the curtain. You can take the information that you get from today's webinar, implement it, and see your own results. So if you're starting to feel a little bit overwhelmed, like there's a lot of technical information here, I don't think that I fully understand that, it's okay. You can implement this on your own, but remember, I've got that 30-minute consultation at the end to help implement this stuff for you for absolutely free. So if you get overwhelmed, don't worry, everything's going to be okay. I'm going to help you through it, all right? So we're going to do a quick little keyword research exercise that anybody can do. We mentioned in the chat at the beginning of the presentation, make sure that you've got a pen and paper for our brainstorming exercise here. So what I'd like you to list out is the 5 best-selling products that you have. So this could be first mortgages, second mortgages, refinances, private mortgages. It could be VA loans. It could be FHA loans. The main products that you sell. If you're outside of the mortgage industry, this is your hot sheet. These are your top selling products that you have in your business. Write down those top 5 products. Then I want you to think about what problems do you solve for your end consumer, and write down those 5 problems that you solve. So again, this may not be the best example for the mortgage industry, but a lot of people start out searching for rate. So when you have somebody that's doing that search, this problem that you solve leads you to an opportunity potentially in that marketplace, because you can write an ad or you can have your website show a result that says, did you know getting the lowest mortgage rate can end up costing you money in the future? And use that to get people to say, oh, hey, wait, there's something here that I don't understand. This person can educate me on that process. Or, for example, let's say that you're in the insurance business, right? What problems do you solve when somebody is looking for insurance? And just write out all those different problems that you solve for your industry. And, a little bit of a spoiler, these are the things that people are typing into Google that they're looking for the answers for, right? We are going to position you as the person that solves that problem, because it makes you the obvious choice for the professional that they should be giving your business to. So you've got your top 5 products and you've got the top 5 problems that you solve. Then to turn that into a keyword list, we are going to add your localizers. And these are, and I didn't want you to have to go do the research yourself, so I've just done it for you. Best, near me, top rated, local, and then your competitors' names, right? So we'll take the example of the phrase mortgage broker, right? When you add mortgage broker to your website, you want to do best mortgage broker near me, top rated mortgage broker, local mortgage broker. And that local mortgage broker category also extends to area name mortgage broker. So Guelph mortgage broker, or Toronto mortgage broker, or Dallas mortgage broker, right? And again, keep in mind, you may not actually be a mortgage broker. You may be a mortgage agent, or you may be a mortgage lender. That part doesn't matter. What matters is that somebody is sitting down with their cell phone. They don't know the mortgage industry, but the word that they know in their mind is mortgage broker. So that's what they're going to type into the search engine. That's where you want to show up, right? So you're optimizing for those phrases without actually calling yourself that particular name, if that makes sense. And the reason why we optimize for our competition name is, again, it's just another opportunity for you to make sure that everybody has the option to choose your business when they're looking for somebody in the marketplace. Everybody should go out and get a second opinion, right? And having you as the best rated option certainly helps make you a good second choice for people to get their questions answered. And that gives you the opportunity to win that business. So that gives us our keyword list. So you've basically got your 5 top products, the 5 problems that you solve. That is enough to drive a significant amount of business in your marketplace, and you add your localizers to each of those phrases. For every main keyword you want to rank for, you need 1 page or article on your website. So you remember we talked about that word association? Rather than going out and trying to create content for every key phrase that you want to rank for, it now works that you need 1 piece of quality content, in my opinion, the best in your local marketplace, about the main keyword, and that will give you the ranking on all of those other associated keywords that are related to that phrase. And this is an example of us doing that in the marketplace. So we had a client that came to us that wanted to rank for construction mortgages. So we created the content on the website, drove some specific links from the construction industry to the page, and they popped right up on the front page for construction mortgage in their local marketplace. We do the same thing for reverse mortgages, VA loans, FHA. We write specific content on that specific topic, put it on the website, drive some specific links from that topic or from websites that are associated to that topic to this specific page, and they pop up in the search engines because we're showing Google that we are an authority, we are a local authority in that specific topic, in that specific marketplace. Now, you may be thinking, I'm not a writer. I sit down in front of a blank piece of paper, my mind goes blank, I can't write. I gotcha. I'm the same way. So here's some best practices for how to create your content and creating your content that is actually going to get you results. What I do is I take this sheet. I actually have this pinned up on the board in my office where I go to do our content creation, and I have the topic, the 3 main questions on whatever topic it is that I'm talking about that day, 1 question that people should ask about that topic that they don't know, and then a call to action. And the way that I create my content is using my cell phone. I'll open up an email, click the voice dictation, and then talk into my phone. It drafts it out as an email, and then I can just send it to the team to place on the website. And if you do your own website, all you have to do is copy that content from the email, clean it up a little bit, and then post it on the website. You'll create content 10 times faster doing it that way than you will any other way. Now, the reason why we create our topic like this is, or excuse me, our content like this, is because you have to educate people through the buying process. So when they type in mortgage broker and they get to your website, if your site just says the same thing that all of the other websites say, there's nothing that shows that person that you're the person that deserves their business and that can educate them through the process. Creating your topic this way, this gives you content that actually builds a relationship with that consumer, and by the time they get to the end of the article, they actually want to reach out and connect with you. It's going to help you drive more conversions. Again, some best practices for your content. You want to be 600 to 1,000 words, and that's kind of your minimum recommendation for creating your content. You want to use the main keyword in the title of the article. That is still best practice. And you want to use your main keyword naturally in your content. 3 is a good number, but I've seen a lot of people that try and stuff the keywords into their web pages. That is definitely not a best practice anymore. You want to be very natural with the way that you communicate and provide value through your article, right? The most important point is that when people read that article, it's well written, it's obvious that a professional has written it in the industry, and people can actually get value from that article. And consistency is key. You should be blogging or putting new content on your website at least once a month, and that shows the search engine, again, that you're serious about business and that you deserve to be ranked on the front page. Now, fixing your website. You've got this content, you're going to post it on your website. If your website's broken, Google is going to have a very difficult time finding that information and using it to rank you in the local marketplace. So internally, this is where we start when we overhaul a website. And these are all of the things that we're going to look at when you get your free consultation at the end. If you so choose, we'll go through all of this information on your website and give you a report that essentially gives you a grade in each of these areas and show you essentially how to fix them. So the first thing that you need to do is analyze your meta title tag and your meta descriptions. And I know that sounds like technical stuff, but all it is your introduction to Google. So keep in mind, when somebody sits down in front of a computer and Google's area name mortgage broker, right? They're looking for you. Google's going to go into that marketplace and say, okay, of all the mortgage brokers that we have in this local marketplace, who do we want to show in the 3-pack? Who's the best option here, right? When that robot or crawler goes to your site, it says, hey, what are you all about? Your meta title tag and your meta description is the first piece of information that Google gets from you where you can tell it, hey, I'm a mortgage broker in this local marketplace. I deserve this customer. You would be shocked at how many SEO analysis we do, or website analysis we do, where the meta title tag and the meta description is completely blank, or it's got no keywords whatsoever in it. It's just a description of either the business name, which isn't going to score you any points as keywords. So in your meta title tag, you want to make sure that the main keyword that you're focusing on for your marketplace is in that meta title tag and in the meta description for your website. So if you go to your website, right-click the mouse, and then click on View Page Source, you will be able to see the code that is behind your website. That's what Google sees when it comes to your website. It doesn't see any of the graphics design. It just sees the code. The title tag in our website here, which we're using as the example, is in the 10th line down, and it says SEO agency in Guelph. So while we were optimizing our website to rank for SEO Guelph, that's what we put in the title tag of the website. Then if you go down, line 19 says Meta Property Title, Connection Inc., Connection Incorporated, SEO Agency in Guelph. So ranking for the phrase SEO Agency in Guelph and SEO Guelph are both taken care of with a good title description and a good meta description on our website. You should check that out. If that's not filled out properly, that's the first thing that you need to fix on your website in order to rank properly on Google in your local marketplace. Then you want to analyze your current site maps. Google Webmaster Tools is a free tool that Google gives you where you can upload a site map. All that is a blueprint. Just like when you build a house, you've got to take the plans from the architect, take them down to City Hall, submit them so that the city knows that everything is good and it's up to code, right? It's the exact same thing with Google. A site map is you taking the blueprint of your website, submitting it to Google and saying, hey, I'm a mortgage broker or I'm whatever professional. This is what I'm all about. Rank me for these key phrases. You're going down to City Hall and getting an advantage over your competition by clearly telling Google what you want to rank for. Then on each page of your website, you want to analyze the header tags. And that's, again, how we expand our reach across a very broad spectrum of keywords by having that individual content for those high-level phrases across different pages on the website and making sure that each of those has a proper title tag, a proper description tag, and header tags throughout that content. Then you want to make sure that you analyze your images. This is one area where we are able to go into most local marketplaces and get a little bit of an advantage over most of the local competition. Most website images are named image1.jpg, image2.jpg. When Google looks at that, it has no idea what's contained in the actual image. We go through and rename all of the images on the website according to our keyword plan so that the images help us to rank on those specific key phrases. Again, all you have to do is go into the image folder on your website, rename those file names, and then save them in order to take advantage of that. Then you want to analyze your blog and site content, and that starts by analyzing the load time on your website. So you can go to tools.pingdom.com that we've got up on the website there, and that'll tell you how fast your website loads. If it takes your website any longer than 4 seconds, 3 to 4 seconds to load, you're going to lose visitors because they won't wait 3 to 4 seconds for your site to load up. And again, Google will not penalize you, but it's something that they look at, and they're not going to rank your site really well if you're not giving a good user experience, and that's one of the things that they look at. You want to check your site for duplicate content. You can do that using siteliner.com. And then you want to analyze for mobile compatibility, and we'll talk about this in just a second. Then you want to analyze the current linking structure to your website and to your current competitor's website, and I'll show you how to reverse engineer your competition here in just a second. But first, I want to talk a little bit more about that mobile stuff, because this is where you are going to get roughly 50% of the leads that are going to come into your business are going to be using mobile phones right now. And Google has launched their own mobile search engine. So if you want to show up in that mobile search engine that shows up on mobile phones, you have to have a mobile version of your website. So you can see from the Google Webmaster Central blog, February 26th of 2015, they made an announcement that they were expanding their use of mobile friendliness as a ranking signal, and that change affected mobile searches in all languages worldwide. So all of the Googles out there are now taking mobile friendliness into account, and that's important because there's now more searches happening on mobile devices than there are on desktops. So if you want to get in front of those leads, you have to have a mobile version of your website that is Google friendly. Now you can check your website to see if it's mobile friendly by just going to Google and typing in mobile friendly test. It will take you to this Google developers page. It's the first option. You punch your website in there, click the button, and it will say, awesome, this page is mobile friendly. If it's mobile friendly, if it's not, you're going to get this red error message that gives you best practices on how to fix your website and what you need to do in order to make sure that you're showing up in those mobile search engine rankings. Now, the final thing that we mentioned there was Search Console. And it's very important that you add your website to Google Search Console. And you do that by going to Google and typing in Search Console, right? You can log in using your Google account, hook up your website. It's absolutely free. You click the red button up there in the top right-hand corner that says Add a Property, and you simply add your property to your account inside Google Search Console. What this does is it looks at the traffic that you're getting to your website, and it shows you where that traffic is coming from, what keywords you're ranking for, what type of user experience that person is having, and it gives you some excellent tools to be able to feed information into Google. It's a must-have tool if you're looking to grow your rank and grow more customers from digital marketing. And again, this allows you to identify all kinds of great opportunities as to what people are looking for when they land on your website, so you can give them the right information and convert them into actual phone calls in your business, which is the whole goal, right? Now, the other thing that you want to make sure that you're looking at is Google Analytics. Again, a free tool from Google that gives you incredible information about your website, about how well it's optimized, where you're getting your traffic from, and showing the increase in traffic that you should be getting over time with a well-done optimization plan. So Google Search Console and Google Analytics are two must-have tools to install on your website, because that'll show you that you're actually getting results from the work that you're putting in. So your must-have action items: you want to overhaul your tags and your site structure. You need a keyword-based content plan, a mobile ranking plan, install Google Search Console, and Google Analytics. Now, we've completed the website overhaul. Now let's talk about local artificial intelligence optimization. We're going to go through this pretty quickly. So monthly offsite optimization is more important than your website structure. All of those tips that we just went through, you do those one time on your website, then you've essentially built your car. What we're about to learn now is the high octane fuel that we're going to put in the tank that's going to make the car go pick up your customers for you, right? So when you look, this is a study that was done by SEO Moz, M-O-Z, and they're a very well-known SEO blog out there. And they went out and surveyed the top 72 SEO companies in the world about what their top ranking factors are. And in the blue section, 23% trust/authority of the host domain. That is built through the links that are pointed to that domain. The second one that was responded back was link popularity of the specific page. That is, again, building links to your website from authority sites online. The third one is anchor text of external links to the page. The whole thing here, the majority of this pie graph is all about proper link building in a marketplace. It is what is going to drive you in the proper direction and put you in front of those customers that have purchase intent. And there's a really easy way to do this. This particular information I shared at a high-level mastermind that I'm a part of and it was very, very well received, and I'm happy to share it with you here today. So Moz has a tool. It's called moz.com/researchtools/OSE. You take the brainstorming exercise that we did earlier today in the webinar, your 5 keywords, the 5 products that you offer, right? Punch those into Google and take the businesses that are in the 3-pack for those search phrases. Take their website addresses and bring them to this tool. So you're reverse engineering your competition in your local marketplace. Type in your #1 search phrase, take the websites that are in the 3-pack, come punch them into this tool, moz.com/researchtools/OSE. Moz will tell you for free what the authority of the domain is, which is a rough estimation of how many links they have built and how much authority they've gotten from that. Page authority, which is the authority of the page, right? And then the established links. And that's all we're really focusing on here is on the right-hand side. They've got 22 links to the main domain for this local website, and then 159 total links to the website. It is best practice that if you want to outrank this person on Google, you need to build more root domain links and more total links to your page, and you will pass them in the search engine rankings. So I use this handy spreadsheet for the client. And basically, we look at page authority, domain authority, backlinks, and citations. We look at our top competitor, and then we look at where our client is, right? And all we have to do is map out a plan to build more high-quality links than our competitor in that local marketplace. And this is how you do that. There are 3 main types of backlinks: local, contextual, and authority, right? All you need to do is generate a nice mix of these 3 different types of links. So in order to find the highest quality local links in your local marketplace, just go to Google and type in area name and then business directory. Google will give you the highest top level business directories in your local marketplace, and you can sign up on all of those business directories for free. You just go to the website. Normally it's in the footer of the website down at the bottom, and it'll say list my business or business directory and then list my business. All of this is free to do. And again, we already know that these are the highest quality sources on Google because Google's listing them on the front page. These are the highest quality local backlinks that you can get in your marketplace, and most of your local competition has no idea that they need to go out and get them. Second type of link is contextual. All that means is it relates to your industry. So these are blogs, news articles, association publications, anybody that's in your industry that will link to your website. And all I mean by link to your website is literally they can type out, if you're looking for professional mortgage help, go talk to Chris at, and then they just put your website address there, and then they make it a hyperlink so that when people click on the link, they go to your website. That's all a backlink is. It's not complicated. It's very easy for you to go out and submit articles to different blogs or get your friendly real estate professionals that you have in your local marketplace to place links that go back to your website in the local marketplace. Those are very powerful contextual backlinks for you. And some other areas where you can go and get them: local news outlets, charities, local schools, nonprofits, local associations, your local vendors as far as potentially the lenders that you work with, or local paper awards, right? If you do half of those, you will have a much higher quality, better backlinking strategy than your local competition. And then the third is authority. These are your Google My Business, your Yahoo business page, your Yelp business page, your Trulia business page. And again, you can sign up for all those services for free. So on Google, it's business.google.com. On Yahoo, you go to smallbusiness.yahoo.com, and it will take you to a page that says Abaco. They've started charging for that service. In my opinion, with the most recent pricing, it's not as good an option as it used to be. We're not currently so for our clients, we pay for this business listing, but if you're on your own, I don't necessarily recommend it. And then Bing is www.bingplaces.com. That way you're listed on all 3 of the major search engines. And then you can go out and get on the specific review sites like Yelp and those ones. Now, you need to build out these quality links every month. Just like that piece of blog content that you're posting out every month, you need to do this every month. And just remember, all you've got to do is do your daily success plan and just follow what your competition is doing and just build if you do a link a day, it doesn't take very long to pass your local competition and get into that 3-pack ranking. And that is exactly what we did, the process that we took to rank our client in Brooklyn who's still ranking there. So this is the final step to getting the highest quality leads possible. We've done the website overhaul. We've done the artificial intelligence optimization. Now we're going to go through social proof selling. It is my opinion that you should have some form of CRM or at least process in place in your business to ask for reviews from your happy customers. We use a service. It's called a social survey. And what it does is it integrates into your CRM, or it's a link that you can send out to your past clients. It says, hey, would you take the time to tell us how we did? And if they leave a bad or a 1, 2, or 3-star rating and review, that gets sent to you and says, hey, you need to call this person. They didn't have an excellent process in your business, essentially, right? And what it does is it doesn't tell that person to go leave those ratings and reviews online. What it does is it says, hey, thanks so much for your feedback. We'll be in touch shortly. Now, if somebody leaves a 4-star or a 5-star rating and review, you want to push that person out to say, hey, thank you for your feedback. Please take a minute and leave this on our Google My Business page, our Facebook business page, our Yelp business page, right? You want to drive those positive ratings and reviews that are going out, but you want to suppress the negative ratings and reviews, contact those people, and make sure that you finish that good quality customer experience with those people. Get your Google reviews first. I cannot stress this enough. You want to focus on Google My Business first. And essentially, when you put this in place as a process in your business, it becomes an asset that will work for you for years to come. But if you don't already have this process in your business, you can launch it to your database and have a very simple message that reminds people that you're in the business of referrals. Almost every single time we launch that out for our clients and customers, we survey their past client database and then ask for those happy ratings and reviews. We get referrals into the business through that process, which I highly recommend that you do. So here's what we just learned. Have the best website, use local artificial intelligence optimization, and engage in social proof selling. Now, I did want to let you know that overwhelm is the #1 thing that keeps people from success. So let's focus for a second. The highest quality available clients are using Google to search for what you already have to sell. They're looking for you. We just need to put you in front of them. It's not that difficult. When you take the right steps, you can get results. Everything that you've just learned, we have implemented and gotten those results from that you've seen. Getting daily calls because you show up on your local front page with more reviews than your competitors is an option right now for you. You can take advantage of this. But it's a limited opportunity. You have to act now and you have to stay consistent because savvy competitors, the ones that were there before that already know what it's like to have this business and these calls coming in on a consistent basis, they're actively working to figure out why their ranking dropped and get back into that position. This is your opportunity to get in there and solidify that ranking now. So I'm just going to take a second here and we'll fast forward through this because we are at the end of our time today and I want to get to your Q&A. I went a little bit long on our content because we had a little bit of that hiccup at the beginning with the audio. So I'm going to skip through this and give you just a little bit of information on our Done For You program and also give you access to that 30-minute consultation. So if you go to connectionincorporated.com/analysis, this is a free 30-minute consultation where ahead of time we will take your website, research the keywords, and show you where your website is broken, how to fix it, what your competitors are doing in the marketplace, and help you map out a strategic plan in order to capture your marketplace and make sure that it's actually a possibility for you in your local marketplace. In order to take advantage of that free consultation, go to connectionincorporated.com /analysis. And everything that we've covered here today on the webinar, we will do for you personally, and then either myself or one of our representatives will get on the phone with you and help you map out that plan for results, give you best practices, and help you as much as we possibly can through that consultative process. I wanted to show you, because we didn't during the event go to the back end of any of these websites, but this is one of our active mortgage clients, right? In 30 days, they had 24 phone calls just from mobile. So this is the Google My Business dashboard on the back end. Normally we get about 50% of the calls from mobile and 50% of the calls from desktops. So this business is doing roughly 48 calls a month by being on the front page, and closing roughly 1 out of every 10 calls. So if you take 48 and 10% of that, that's roughly what they're looking at as far as closed deals and closed volume from this. We have another client that's not in the mortgage industry that we're doing this for. They had 137 mobile calls in the last 30 days, and that is almost current. That snapshot we took around January the 15th. So this, again, this is all active and working inside Google's artificial intelligence environment that we're working with right now. We are actively ranked in Brampton, Ontario, for Brampton Mortgage, Whitehorse, Red Deer, Cupertino, California, Silicon Valley, California. Very, very competitive, high value phrases down in the California market. We're ranked in Texas. We're ranked in New York. We're ranked in Vancouver. All over the place, we're seeing this stuff work, and you've gotten it here today for free. So again, go to connectionincorporated.com/analysis to book that free consultation. We'll walk you through the whole thing. You get a 12-page website analysis with a checklist on how to fix your website. We'll reverse engineer your competitors using our paid tools internally and map out your ranking plan. And you get a 30-minute phone consultation where we help you set up your plan for reviews and answer any questions that you have. Again, I'm going to skip over some of these testimonials here and get right through this. So why am I willing to offer this? I want you to succeed, but I have some simple guidelines. And this is more guidelines just for, search optimization in general. If you need money today, this is not a good fit for you because it takes time. If you're in a shady business or any type of multi-level marketing, this will not work for you. If you can't help local customers, if you're looking for a national ranking, this will not work for you. This is to get local customers calling in to your business or visiting your business location. If you can't handle an influx of new customers once you hit the front page, this is not a good fit for you. Get operations taken care of first, because the last thing that you want is to reach the front page and not be able to handle the volume that comes with it. And if you don't have an advertising budget, you either have to invest a significant amount of time or you do have to have a budget in order to invest in a company to do this for you, because it is reasonably complicated. If you can take all of the action steps that you got here in this webinar and you have the time to do that, this is a good fit, okay? Now, who this is for. If you want to be the leader in your local marketplace and be the obvious leader in your marketplace. So when new clients call you and you say, hey, just check me out on Google, and know confidently they can go to the front page of Google and see you as the best rated option. If you are the leader in your local marketplace and you're not actively on the front page of Google with more ratings and reviews than your competitors, in my opinion, this is a must-have for your business. If you have happy customers that are going to leave you awesome reviews, absolutely. If you want an influx of new quality customers, absolutely. If you want the results but don't have the time, absolutely book the consultation today, because our option would be a great option for you. And if you do have an advertising budget, that also makes this a good fit for us. Full disclosure, this is how we find the right clients for our agency. If we get on the phone with you and it's an easy win for us, we know that we can help you and we know that we can get you a good return on investment, we're going to invite you to be a client in the agency. And if it's not a good fit, we'll give you the best practices and give you everything that you need in order to go out and do it on your own. So if we get on the phone, it's an easy positive ROI for you. I'll invite you to become a client, but there's absolutely no pressure, no shenanigans. If that is the case, here's what you get as a client if it looks like we're a good fit together. We're going to overhaul your entire website and build you a mobile website if you don't already have one. The value on that is $997. It's difficult to get a mobile and a regular website for $997, but we feel it's a fair price. We're going to implement Google Analytics integration and tracking on your website so you can see what you're converting, how many leads you're actually getting from your website, and you can see the value of the work that we're doing for you every month. We're going to build that custom keyword and traffic plan for you. We develop a monthly blog and video content for you every month to feed into the search engines. We do hand-picked link building for each of our clients. We do that on a monthly basis. And then you get our local competition outrank program, which is where we go out, reverse engineer your competitors and use our tools to find out where they have got their links from. And then we work strategically to reach out to those sources so that you're not only building new links through our hand-picked link building program, but you're also getting all of the links that your competitors have so that when you outrank them, it's very, very difficult for them to come back and bump you out of the spot that we've helped get you in. And then you get our local Google traffic program as well. So the total value on that whole program is $5,970. Now, your investment on the website, if you were go to the website today and order, it's $2,000 up front and $1,500 a month. Today on the webinar, we're discounting that from $2,000 down to $1,497, and the monthly goes down to $1,000 a month. That means you save $500 today and $6,000 annually. So when you book your appointment through the link that's in this webinar, you're tagged as being on this webinar, and you get access to this discount if it's a good fit for you. And I will pay for your social survey and account setup so that you get access to that software package that we talked about, and you're getting access to the Facebook formula, which is an 8-week training program on how to turn your new customers into social advocates to drive more business through Facebook, and you're getting access to our abundance program, which is a 4-week training program that teaches you how to implement paid advertising in your business effectively. You get all of that for free when you invest. Now, I do need to let you know that we can only accept 2 clients per marketplace, and if you think about that, that just makes sense because I can only rank 2 people in the 3-pack in a local marketplace. We've tried for a third in some marketplaces where we have some leniency there with friends, and it just doesn't seem to work for 3. So we can only accept 2 clients per marketplace. So if you add together all the bonuses, your total value is $7,970 in value there, and it's just $1,497 to get started if your marketplace is available, and I know that I can help you. So with that, we're going to hop into our Q&A. I apologize, we went a little bit over time there, but for those of you that this is a good fit for, I know that that's crucial information, and I didn't want anybody to get to the end of the webinar and not have the information that they need in order to make an educated decision as to whether or not to book that free consultation, all right? So here we go with all of our questions. So our first from Kevin, I'm hooked. This is awesome. Love the AI. Perfect. Awesome. Fantastic. Thanks so much. Brandon, thank you for the kind words. I really appreciate that. And great feedback. Great to see you on the event. Ray asked, does .mobi matter? And Ray, that is a fantastic question, and my answer to that is no, not nearly as much as you would think, especially because we're dealing with local marketing specifically, and we're going to local customers. That doesn't matter as much. If you've got a good .com or a good .ca domain, there's no need to worry about adding a .mobi on the end of your website. Again, if you were running an app or you were running any type of national campaign and you were focused 100% on mobile traffic, yes, that would come into account. But again, here we're just looking for quality local customers in a local marketplace, and your .ca or your .com or your .au domain is all you really need to rank for that. So hopefully that helps. Our next question here, I've got to expand this out here. Can I get a copy of the recording to review? Yes, Stephen, because of Ashley's fantastic help at the beginning of the webinar, we are recording this webinar, and yes, we will be sending it out to everybody who registered for the event. From Danielle, thank you so much. This was an incredible webinar, so much to learn. Danielle, I'm great, thank you, and so glad that you got value. Again, I know that it's a little bit different than most webinar presentations that are put out there because it's heavy on content. I mean, I understand that it's overwhelming, but it's difficult for me in an hour to lay out everything that we do as an agency in order to get results and do it in a way where we explain it properly so that you not only understand what the steps are, but why you're doing the steps to get the results. And we put a lot of time and effort into producing these presentations, and I'm really, really thankful for your feedback. Yeah, if you see any ways that we can do it better, fantastic, let us know. But I'm glad that you got value from the event in its existing format. Luis is asking for a copy of the webinar. Yes, absolutely. We will send that out for you. And Kevin is asking, I would like to be reviewed to be a client. Kevin, so we're happy to put you through the analysis and see what comes up. Just make sure you follow that link, connectionincorporated.com/analysis, and we'll get you as much value as we possibly can. So great question. So Dan has a great question here. What is the typical time frame to go from unranked to 3-pack, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months? So Dan, that is a fantastic question, and we get that a lot. And the answer is that it depends on your competition, and it depends how many competitors you have in your local marketplace. So if you have a marketplace where you've got one really solid competitor, we can rank faster in that marketplace because we've only got to bump one of the less savvy competitors out of that 3-pack in order to put you there. So in that case, we would know that we can rank faster. If we move into a marketplace like Vancouver or Toronto or San Diego, those marketplaces have a number of savvy competitors. So in that case, we have to sit down and look at all of the backlinking profiles of all the people that are vetting for that position, and then map out a plan that says, okay, we're starting with 0 authority backlinks right now. Our closest competitor has 120. So that's, if we build a link a day, right? We do 30 links a month. That's 30, 60, 90, 120. That campaign would be 4 months. But then you've got to keep in mind, we also have to look at how fast is that competitor building backlinks. If they're doing 10 links a month, well, then we've got to tack another month and a half on top of that. So it literally is a process for each client in figuring out roughly how long it's going to take based on the competition that we have to go up against. So there is no, there's no magic answer to that. And I apologize. I wish I could, just spit out a number because it would make my job a lot easier. But we actually have to take a look at who it is that you're competing with and what they've done and how long it's going to take us to surpass the optimization in that local marketplace. And then obviously, getting to work in your business, helping you get those ratings and reviews, because it's very important that all of our clients, or it's very important to me that all of our clients show up as the top rated option as well. And it takes time and effort to get reviews from past clients. It's not like you send out an email and all of a sudden you're, overwhelmed with all of this positive feedback. I mean, obviously we do get instances where we do get a good number of people that respond back, but that is a process that takes time and a little bit of phone follow-up on your side, depending on how your database responds to the marketing. So that takes time to kick in as well. It's definitely not a short process. If I can give you a time frame, if you're looking at a severely competitive marketplace like some of the other markets that I've talked about, a year is a decent time frame to look at as far as ranking in a highly competitive marketplace. If you're looking at a marketplace that isn't as savvy, that isn't as competitive, sometimes we can do it in 3 months. But again, I can give you a specific answer based on your local marketplace if you book the consultation. So connectionincorporated.com/analysis, and I can give you an answer to your specific situation. So Steve says, now I know I need a lot of help. Steve, hey, analyzing the code in your website is a fantastic first step. So congratulations on that. And hey, life is full of, we don't know what we don't know, but once you get that knowledge, man, that's the first empowering step in getting the result to whatever you want to do, right? So this is the start of a journey that could potentially change the way that you generate clients in your business for years to come. That testimonial that you saw at the beginning of the webinar with James Lowen. So James and I met at a First National sponsored session where it was a live. They brought me into like a seminar presentation room, and they had handpicked, a certain number of brokers to come in and have me help them set this stuff up. And so even though James has over 300 ratings and reviews on his Google My Business profile, 48% of his business last year came from that source, or that digital marketing source, I should say. And he's one of the top, he's definitely in the top 10% of the brokers in Canada, if not in the top 10. And he started somewhere with, oh, hey, wow, this is a great opportunity for me. I need to get started today. Didn't happen overnight, but he stayed consistent, and now it's a core marketing pillar in that business for him because he took it. And, it's more a credit to him and the work that he's done generating those ratings and reviews and having a business that provides a level of service that gets people excited about leaving ratings and reviews. We're just helping out with the techie nerdy stuff on the back end. So the whole point behind that rant is that everybody starts somewhere, and it's about having the knowledge that, hey, logically this just makes sense. Yes, our clients use Google. You use Google. I use Google. We all use the search engines and digital to find out about businesses in today's marketplace, right? So it just makes sense that your clients are there. Now it's about putting the pieces together that you've gotten from the webinar here today to formulate your plan on how you're going to go out and get these results. And I know that you can do it. And I wish you all the best, and I'm going to help you as much as I possibly can in order to get you there. Next question is from Simon. How many Google reviews needed to make this work? Excellent question, Simon. The answer to that is a couple more than your closest competitor. So take the keyword phrase that you got from the brainstorming exercise, the main one. So to fast forward you a little bit, in the Canadian marketplace, you want to type in area name mortgage broker, or just be in your local marketplace and search mortgage broker. If you're in the United States, which I am currently, you're going to want to type in mortgage lender. Those tend to be our top two traffic key phrases as far as purchase intent based traffic. Then look at how many ratings and reviews your competitors have in the marketplace. Some markets, exceptionally competitive. You're going to look at competitors that have 30, 50, 90, 100 ratings and reviews. Other marketplaces, this hasn't caught on. You'll have a competitor with one rating and review, and your marketplace could be wide open. In that case, your goal is to get more than your closest competitor, and then never ever stop. Never ever stop asking for reviews when you fund a loan, or you get a happy customer in your business, or you're the custom furniture manufacturer and you get the client in that loves the table. Hand them the piece of paper that says, here's where you leave me a rating and review on Google, or can we follow up via email to get a rating and review? Never stop getting those ratings and reviews, because one day after this webinar, you will be so far ahead of your competition, they may potentially see an event like this and go online and say, oh, wow, look at Simon. He's got 75 ratings and reviews. There's no way we're going to be able to catch him. Let's try something else, right? So it's individual market by market, but your ranking plan and your rating and review plan really is competitor specific in order to get results. Another question from Dan. Dan says, how does your agency differentiate from other SEO companies? Wow, thanks for the soft pitch, Dan. That's great. So our first differentiating factor is the fact that we don't use any gray or black hat SEO techniques. So if you get anybody that calls you on the phone, and this sounds horrible, but like from an outsourced call center, so if they're calling from India or the Philippines or whatever, most likely they're going to use some form of gray or black hat SEO. And it's great for them because they can show you results in normally 30 days. What's bad for you because you've put all of your time and effort and money into a domain and a website that's eventually going to get blacklisted, or if not just de-indexed. And so what it is it's a short win for them, and they just churn and burn. That's their business model. But you as the local business owner, you're left after engaging in that type of thing, starting over from zero. You need a brand new domain. You need a brand new everything in order to restart your online marketing. So we don't engage in any of that. All of our systems and the training and teaching that we put out are based on Google's best practices. We look at the information that Google publishes and what they want, and then we work that into our systems. And that's why we may not rank as fast as a lot of the other options that you have in the SEO marketplace, but once we get you there, we view it as an asset in your business. You know, you could potentially, if you had somebody that was going to buy your firm, you could associate a value with your front page ranking on Google and your ratings and reviews. And that's the way we view it in your business. We're helping you build an asset that's going to help leverage income for years to come once we get you there, because it's going to stick, because it's good optimization. So the fact that we're 100% white hat is definitely important. The other thing is that we are 100% North American based. So all of our staff, all of our employees are either located either in Canada or the United States, and they work on client accounts that are in their markets, essentially. So you can pick up the phone and talk to your account manager. Every single piece of content that we develop and produce is written by an account manager that you can talk to. So we don't use article spinners. We don't outsource content to Fiverr or all of these other shenanigans that a lot of these other agencies do. There are a lot of highly reputable, good SEO companies out there. And I have a lot of respect for a lot of people that I mastermind with and that I'm part of in this industry. But man, there's a lot of shenanigans too. If anybody promises you a front page ranking in a specific time period, run. If somebody tells you that they guarantee that they can get you on the front page of Google, that's a red flag. If somebody comes in and tells you that they're going to do SEO optimization and they don't overhaul your website, the code on your website, run. That's a red flag. If you have somebody that doesn't modify their processes for you. So every single client that we bring in is a different scenario, and it's a different action plan in the first 30 days. It has to be, because every website is different. Every marketplace is different. If you get on the phone with somebody and they send you a pitch deck that obviously is a pitch deck, they're not customizing their process to you. So they're shoehorning you into their operations department. They're not using their operations department to provide you the custom solution that you need. So, you know, if there were things to watch out for, those are the red flags that we see all of the time. I guess the last thing that I would put on there is never ever buy links from somebody that emails you and says, "Hey, I can get you a link for X amount of dollars on this website." Never ever engage in outbound linking in that format. So hopefully that helps you as well. Awesome. Our next question is from Simon, and we'll take we'll spend another 6 minutes here on Q&A, and then anybody, if you've asked a question and you haven't gotten a response, I will craft you an email response today. You will get a same-day response from me, and I will answer every single question that we get here on the webinar today. So again, thank you very much for your time. I understand that it is the most valuable asset that you have in your business, and I truly appreciate you spending an hour and a half here with me. I know that the value of the content was there today, so I can stand happily behind the webinar. But if you haven't asked a question and you haven't gotten a response yet during the Q&A, I will email you a response. You will get an answer from me. So thank you for that. So our question from Simon: can you have multiple domains and pages feeding into one? Is there an advantage? So Simon, yes, you can have third-party sites that point links back to your main site or move visitors over to your other site. The only area where we'll actually encourage a process like that is that if you've got domains that you're promoting strictly through paid marketing. So if you have Facebook ad funnels or Google advertising funnels that are driving to specific lead generation pages, what we'll do is we'll do a build out on that lead generation page, turn it into a site that can actually generate some page rank and actually generate value in the eyes of Google as far as the user experience, and then link from that page back to the main site. So if somebody goes on, doesn't like the offer, they can still click the link in the footer of the website and go back to the main domain for the company. And you get a little bit of link juice, and it helps you convert potentially a customer that you wouldn't get through your paid funnel by giving them just an additional user pass that they can go through. But as far as buying domains, doing optimization on third-party domains, and then trying to transfer that authority over to the main page, we don't recommend that. It's not best practice, in my opinion, because that's not white hat. What you want to do is you want to build all of your authority on your main domain. You want to build all of your authority and all of your links in one area. So it is competitive enough in today's marketplace that you need to put all of your focus on moving one train, essentially, right? If you've got 5 trains and they're all stopped and you're trying to push all 5 of them, none of them will ever get going. But if you put all of your effort on that one domain, that's the train that you want to get moving. And again, once you get that up to critical mass, it's very hard to stop. So hopefully that helps you. And if you want to expand on the strategy that you're doing there, I'm happy to craft an email back to you and just kind of give you a little bit more insight based on your unique situation. So Larry asks, are there any Fiverr vendors that you endorse for SEO, backlink building, rich snippets, content, or marketing assistance? So Larry, not off the top of my head. So we've got some great graphics design that's been done on Fiverr, but nothing SEO specific. Yeah, nothing SEO specific off of Fiverr. Again, we keep everything in-house, so I don't really have the knowledge on that one. So sorry, I wish I could give you a better answer than that. So Kevin says, thank you so much. We've got a call booked, and I'm looking forward to speaking with you tomorrow. Let's make it happen, as you said. So I'm looking forward to that as well. And my voice won't be as raspy when we speak tomorrow because an hour and a half is a significant period of time for us to spend here today. So for, again, all of you here, thank you so much for investing your time here. I do truly appreciate it. It is the greatest asset that you have, and I'm extremely grateful for you spending your time here today. I hope that you really enjoyed the content. And if you have any other questions, feel free to hop onto Facebook. You can find me on Facebook or the Connection Incorporated business page or the Chris Johnstone business page. Any questions that you have, you can reach out over there. And for the rest of the questions that we have in the Q&A panel, you will get an answer to your question via email. And I look forward to providing value in that format as well. So with that, my name is Chris Johnstone. Much love from me and my family here to you and yours there. And I look forward to the next time that we meet. Talk to you soon, everybody.